and culture news. And our culture editor, Catherine Nicholson, joins me now. Hello, Catherine.
Hi, Claire.
Now, we're starting off with film awards that are billed as the French Golden Globes.
Yeah, these are the Prix Lumières, named after the famous Lumière brothers, who were cinematic pioneers. They're billed as the French Golden Globes because it's actually foreign film critics in France who vote on these. So it's the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for the Golden Globes, just to clear that up. Now, some cracking films got awarded at the ceremony on Monday night. Best Film, Best Director and Best Actress awards all went to Blue is the Warmest Colour. You may have heard me mention this once or twice.
I still haven't seen it, but I've been meaning to.
You should see it. It's quite a masterpiece, and it's won all these prizes now, including the top prize at Cannes that started it all off. We can hear now from one of the two leading actresses, Léa Seydoux, who won the Best Actress award.
I'm happy doing films that move me emotionally. I'm very proud of these films.
It's perhaps the year of Léa Seydoux?
Yes, it was perhaps the year of Léa Seydoux.
What about the other top prizes?
Okay, so Best Actor went to Guillaume Gallienne for a comedy called Me, Myself and Mum. Now, he actually wrote it, directed it and starred in it.
Interesting English title, because I know the French one and it's got nothing to do with that.
It's very different, yeah.
It's a great film.
It's a great sort of knockabout sort of comedy. He's little known outside of France, we always forget, living here in Paris, but recognised as such a talent here. He acts at the Comédie Française, which is France's most respected theatre. Another award that we can mention is Roman Polanski's Venus in Furs. Now, this is a theatre-based comedy, and he won Best Adapted Screenplay for that. He's still a very controversial figure, particularly in the United States, very much loved here in France, and this is yet more proof.
Now we're going to stay with film. Two movie legends are literally facing off against each other on the big screen this week, and this is Grudge Match with Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone. Is it Rocky versus Raging Bull?
That's pretty much what it's billed as in most people's heads, I think. Two uber famous actors who played Rocky Balboa and Jake LaMotta. It isn't exactly those two characters back on screen, but as we can see, the two actors do have a good old punch up, duffing each other around the head. They're playing two retired boxers who step back into the ring 30 years after their last match that they still contest. You can watch a little excerpt.
I'm your trainer, Mike.
You can't be my trainer. Maybe I believe you ate my trainer.
Time to train.
What have I done?
It's insane.
Oh, yeah? Give me one reason.
You're fat. You got weak knees. You're fat.
Don't sugarcoat it. Be honest.
Think I can talk to you for a second? I'm your son.
Well, maybe you could use a little help. Hey, what are you doing? We're just here to buy a little dinner. You don't have to punch everything.
Gutsy move going without a bra.
I took a dump on your porch.
Okay, we are live, guys. We are live right now.
It looks very tongue-in-cheek, and some people might be surprised to see Stallone and De Niro playing on the fact that they're actually pensioners in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. Really sort of taking the mickey out of themselves a little bit. They are 67 and 70 years old in real life, respectively. And as we saw, in very different shape, let's say, from when they were last on
very
screen.
Diplomatic.
Yes, that's a diplomatic way, when they were back as Rocky and Raging Bull. One reviewer called it senior citizen action porn, which I'm not sure is a compliment. But Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro themselves actually said doing this film made them feel young again.
When you're coming into the ring and all of a sudden you feel like you're 30 years old, 25 years old, you're bouncing. I know you're probably feeling the same way, and you get your hands moving, and you're just starting to relive your life a little bit.
It's hard, but great, and I didn't feel really like old or anything. I just felt, I'm okay, and he felt the same. You have a lot of energy at our age, more than people think.
Now, over in the UK, the Tate Modern Museum is celebrating a big sponsorship windfall.
Yeah, this is the biggest corporate sponsorship deal in the museum's history, in fact, signed with Hyundai Motors. Not a very artistic company, you might think, but they're obviously going into this 11-year deal to fund the Turbine Hall, so making a big commitment there. It starts in 2015. Two things to say about this, really. Firstly, great news in many ways for the Tate. They're going to be able to fund all these enormous exhibitions that they put on in that absolutely vast space. You remember Ai Weiwei had his sunflower seeds in there. There have been lots of very spectacular things. Secondly, though, it could be perhaps a slightly worrying sign of where arts funding is going in the UK. In the UK, there's a lot more corporate sponsorship in France. as things stand. There are also a lot of government cuts that have been happening over the last few years. Many people worried that government funding could fall even further, and then it would only really be the big institutions like the Tate Modern that could attract these big sponsors. So congratulations to the Tate for now, but some people saying keep an eye on the future.
Okay, now here in Paris, it's Haute Couture Week, and it was the Chanel show earlier. What was it like?
Oh, a real jewel in the Haute Couture Week, I think, Chanel. It's always spectacular. Haute Couture is when they showcase their most finely worked designs. We're talking a lot of evening gowns and wedding dresses. So you can see here Karl Lagerfeld, who's Chanel's chief designer. He's transformed the Grand Palais into a futuristic space. And for him, the challenge of Haute Couture Week is a nod to Chanel's history, but keeping things modern. So you can see their very modern wedding dress being modelled by Cara Delevingne. And also, exactly, they're wearing trainers, not high heels. Perhaps because the floor was too slippy, more likely a fashion decision, I would think.
And he's been doing it at the Grand Palais for a few years now.
Yes, that's right. Chanel really takes over the Grand Palais, always transforms it into something different. You have noticed there's a band playing in the background as well. This is something different. And the leader of this band this year is Sébastien Tellier. He's that really fantastical sort of dance musician who a lot of our viewers will remember from him playing at Eurovision a few years ago. So he's kind of gone up in the world a little bit, we might say.
I'd love tickets for next year if you can.
That would be nice. I'll work on it for you, Claire.
All right, thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank you.
Time now for our sports roundup, and it's